Hello and welcome to another episode of Signals from the Inside. I'm your host, Maisie Lovett. This is the space where we decode the symptoms no one else can explain so you can finally understand what your body is trying to tell you. You can spot it, stop it, and shift it for good. On today's episode, we're going to talk about how to stop over-explaining yourself and why your body feels the need to. Because I think a lot of times we get to the space, especially business owners. I've seen this a lot in the business owners that I've worked with. You want people to understand your intentions. You want to make sure that you are understood. Over explaining is typically a nervous system response for those who didn't feel understood growing up. So it's a self-protection mechanism. You're willing to give all the information that you need to about yourself so that people understand your intentions. People understand who you are. They understand why you're here and what you're doing so that you feel better about you. When we look at it from a space of we grew up feeling misunderstood or our feelings were dismissed, you had to defend yourself often because nobody else was doing it. So you felt that need to defend yourself. And maybe today conflict doesn't feel safe. Maybe it didn't feel safe back then. It doesn't feel safe today. You also learned that you had to avoid disappointing people. So again, this shows up in today where we fall into these people-pleasing traps. We're emotionally exhausted. Maybe we sit there and we replay all the interactions we've had. We have anxiety over conversations that haven't happened yet, or they haven't come up, or we're preparing for them to come up. Maybe there's even panic after setting a boundary. I want you to also look at it through the lens of how many times have you promised yourself something that you also did not honor? Because what you do to yourself is what you teach other people to do to you. So I want to show you some ways that you can stop the pattern and shift it. Number one, before you start going into any type of explaining, I want you to pause. And I want you to remind yourself, I don't have to say everything. I don't have to explain myself to other people. And really ask, is there more details that I need to provide? Or is this just a space where my body doesn't feel safe? There are going to be times where, yes, there's more details that need to be said. A lot of the times you're going to fall into the trap that your body just doesn't feel safe. Pauses are safe responses. Second thing that I want you to do is practice shorter responses. So this is what works best for me. You don't have to add more. You don't have to explain why. You don't have to tell your friend all the things that's going on. You don't have to tell your client or your customer all the things that's going on as to why this works best for you. It's like I had a client one time, we were having this discussion and she made a comment about, well, I have to do this in my business. I have to say yes to this person. This is more about people pleasing. And she said, well, I have to say yes for this, but I have to give up this. And I said, if it was your kid and your kid needed you to do something, would you basically say, fuck this shit over here, I'm going to my kid? Or would you tell your kid, hey, I'm sorry, you're not important enough right now. I got to go over here and go take care of this. And I remember that being like the stump that got her because we had that conversation and I said, it's no different in your business. We know you're going to choose your kid. Hey, I'm sorry, my kid has a t-ball game. This is what I'm going to choose to do. You don't have to tell that person your child has a t-ball game. This time doesn't work for me, but this works best for me. Does this work for you? And if they demand that time, hey, I'm sorry, that time doesn't work for me. Let's coordinate on something else that works best for both of us. All right, number 3, let the silence exist. It is okay for silence. Your nervous system is going, and I see this with a lot of my business owners, especially whenever it comes to sales calls. When they get to that point of saying their prices, or they said their prices and they're waiting for this, they have to sit in the silence. They want to speak. They have the need to speak. Your nervous system is going to feel rushed to fill in the silence because that's a safety response. Practice letting the moment breathe. Number 4, regulate after hard conversations. Go on a walk, stretch, breathe. Find some way to release the stored tension afterwards. Something to separate and ground yourself. And number 5, rebuild internal validation. Not everyone has to fully understand you in order for your experience or whatever the case is to feel valid. Not everybody is going to fully understand you. The things that you say are going to fall on deaf ears at times. That does not mean you word vomit to get to a space where you feel seen and understood. Validate yourself. Did you hear yourself when you spoke? Did you understand yourself when you spoke? Maybe there is another way of communicating things. But it doesn't mean you have to over-explain yourself, because over-explaining is just your body trying to avoid rejection, misunderstanding, or even conflict. It is a safety, or it is a nervous system response to something that happened in the past that you needed to feel safe in. So if these patterns keep showing up in your body, your relationships, your visibility, your leadership, I invite you to DM me MAP and let's uncover what your nervous system has been carrying so that you can release this and you can shift it for good. So I invite you to DM me. You can check that out in the description. As always, if you love the content that I'm putting out, give me a like, give me a share, hit subscribe, and I will catch you on the flip side.